Hello and welcome back to AutoCAD for Landscape Horticulture. Today we're going to talk about setting up a drawing. Now that we've learned some basic commands and how to work within the AutoCAD program, we need to learn how to set up a drawing. Couple steps that we need to know to set up a drawing. We have to actually format the drawing. So we have to tell AutoCAD that we want to draw in feet and inches. So to do that, we're going to start out by going up and clicking on the A. Go down to Drawing Utilities, wait for that to populate, then we're going to come up to Units. Under Drawing Units, we're going to click under the Length and Type. We're going to call it Architectural. That's going to get us into feet and inches. The precision, let's make it about ½ inch. Insertion scale, we can leave it an inch. Lighting, probably not going to get into that for a long time, so we'll leave that as international. Angle, decimal degrees. Everything else is fine, so we'll say OK. Next thing I want to do is set up some text. So when we get into writing text, the text will actually show up for us. So up here, there's a tab called Annotate. Under the Annotate tab, there is a panel called Text. We're going to go ahead and click on the little angle kind of going down to the right. That will get us a dialog box. Once the dialog box is open, I want to select a new style, and we're going to call this first style Model Space. We'll say OK. At this point, we're also going to enter another text size, so another new one, and we're going to call it Title Block. So with Title Block highlighted, we can select our fonts. So here's a list of all the fonts that we have to use. All the T's are true type fonts. And I'm going to go down and select an old standard City Blueprint. So it's kind of a hand lettering style from architecture. We want to put the height of a title block as 1/8 of an inch. Width factor 0, everything else we want to leave. So we can set that one current just for a second. Say yes, we have modified it. Let me go back to here and see why it didn't change my height. So maybe we'll put in 0.25 inches and set current. Alright, so that got a ½ inch. Now we're going to go back up to the model space, do a similar thing. And this, I'm actually going to pick a different font. I'm trying to pick something that's easy to be seen. And Garamond is one of my favorites. This we're going to put in at 2 feet. So this is going to be very large. We're going to set that as current. Then we're going to click, make sure that model space, we got the right font, we got the right height. We're going to go down to title block and make sure that all stayed. And then we can close. So when we're up here, under the text, we're back to our panel. And model space is the current text. And we can continue. I'm going to go ahead and cover one other item. For anyone that's using a release pre-2010, we had to set up limits. So limits sets up the actual space on the workspace. When we had smaller computers that were slower, a large workspace was very hard to work in. It really slowed down the machine. We don't really run into those issues very often anymore, but I'll go ahead and run through it. We can type in the word limits into the keyboard. Press enter, and here you'll enter the limits for the lower left corner. And we can say lower left corner, we want to have 0, 0, 0, so that's the default, so we're going to enter. And then the upper right corner, right now it's 1 foot by 9 inches. So typically we can put in 10,000 feet, comma, 10,000 feet, and enter. Now we can hit Z, enter, E, enter, and that just regenerated with that whole limits within the window. Let's draw a circle, and we can do center radius. We'll just click in the middle of the screen. And down here it's saying circle, specify the radius of the circle, or enter D for diameter, and a default of 5 inches. I want 50 feet. So I'm typing 50 feet into the command line and pressing enter. And see how small the circle is. Now I'm going to type in Z, enter, E, enter. The circle is going to fill up my workspace. I'm going to go ahead and erase this circle. Erase, EF, enter, select on the object, enter. Now I'm going to go save this drawing. So this is the first time we've saved a drawing. We have to click on the A, go down to Save As, and I'm just going to save this to my desktop. If you have a USB device, that would be a good place to save it to. And I'm going to call this Lesson 6. So up here at the very top, we can see the path that it's saved to. And now I can close this drawing. Next time I open that drawing, it'll be all set up and ready for me to draw on. Thank you very much. Hope you're having a great day.